Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the AI video stuff that I used in my recent music video for Welcome to the Metaverse. Specifically how I used Runway ML to take a video that I filmed of myself performing and apply an AI prompt style to it. So let's dive into that. First off, what I did was I filmed myself performing all the parts of the song. It's on a white sheet with the background, and I didn't put any effort into making this necessarily look great, because I knew that when I brought it into Runway to kind of apply a style to it, that it wouldn't really matter exactly what's in the background because the AI will create something. I also did this little ad hoc and just kind of went with it and saw what happened. Didn't really put too much thought into it. So first things we got to do is let's take these videos we've shot. So I did that. I also did some of the other instruments, like played the bass. What else do we have? I think I tried my hand at some drums on here. Anyway, so let's open up Runway ML. So Runway ML is this program where you can create videos from AI using both a text prompt, or you can input your own video and then give it a style prompt, or even apply an image to it that you've created and have it make the video in the style of that image. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing I did was I created a folder here and I uploaded all of my different videos that I shot into here, as well as some prompt images I created in Midjourney. I'll get into that in a bit. But I basically uploaded everything first because there's a lot. And actually, the way I did this for this video is I actually cut the video first with just the raw footage. And then once I had all the edits then I just took the small clips into Runway, because Runway can only do 15 seconds at a time. So instead of just being able to take an entire clip and throw it in there and convert it, I had to sort of edit the video first, kind of know what was going to go where, and then export those little clips from Final Cut and bring them into Runway. I've already made the video, but I have some promotional stuff I have to do for it. So we're going to use that as an example for how I did this. So I'm going to start by making a new project here in Final Cut. We're just going to call this Metaverse Promo 1. Yeah, that's fine. And we will do 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Yep, all works out. Okay. And now let's go into the raw performances here. So I have somewhere I'm singing along to it. So let's find one where I'm singing to it. I tried some stuff in front of this gold banner that I had in the basement. It didn't really make much of a difference. I actually might take a chorus because it's a little bit more expressive. I found that in order for Runway to properly capture the movements of the mouth, you need to be really expressive with the way you say things. So some of the stuff early on in some of these videos, I wasn't really enunciating and making bigger expressions, so it doesn't really translate as well. But I was kind of okay with the bit of jankiness for this. So we're going to go with the chorus here because it might be a bit better. Let's try the very last chorus. Okay, so we're going to take that, throw that on the timeline here. I think the issue might be, though, it's a bit longer than 15 seconds, so I'll have to pick 15 seconds out of it. So we're going to start, I think, just at to the metaverse, because we kind of missed the welcome there. And we'll do the full 15 seconds. Actually, I think I got to do 14:23 just to make sure it's not over. You know, that's okay. I kind of died off there. So let's go to this bit here. So what we'll do is we'll take this now. I'm going to export this out of Final Cut, Metaverse Promo. I'm going to call it raw just so I know which one it is compared to everything else I've got going on here. And I exported these as MP4s just because they work a bit better when you're doing stuff on cloud-based computing. And I made a folder called Out to Runway, so I know that this is the stuff that's going out to Runway, and then I'll have another folder after that's obviously in from Runway. So let's head back into Runway here, and I'm going to go into these folders, my folder section. I'm going to make a new folder. We're going to call this one Metaverse Promo Material, since I will actually be using this as part of a promotional material thing. Let's add that into there. Open this up, and then we're going to upload our video from here. Now that that's done uploading, we're going to hop into the video-to-video converter in Runway. I'm going to open up my Metaverse Promo folder. We're going to take the footage we just grabbed out of Final Cut, and we're just going to drag and drop it into here, and it's going to sort of bring the video into the viewer here as the one that we're going to be working on. Now for this one, what I had in the video is a sort of me converted into like a Van Gogh style painting. And just an idea that came to me at the time, and I ran with it. So we're going to use the prompts I did for that. So over here on the right hand side, you can see that we have a bunch of settings and options for image style reference or preset style reference, and they have some of these like really cool preset ones. I think I ended up using the claymation one for one of them because it looked kind of cool, but the rest of them, they never really sort of panned out in a way that I actually kind of liked, so I ended up doing a lot of the style choices myself. So for the Van Gogh one, what I did is I did a text prompt. I'm just going to steal it here, so I kept track of all the prompts I used. So for this one, I kept it pretty simple. I discovered that you had to kind of describe what the person was doing. Because when I just tried male, it didn't really, or man or whatever, it didn't really capture the idea of someone singing. I found it worked a lot better when I put male singer. And then I just put as a painting in Van Gogh style. And then just below that, we have, so yeah, I should explain. If you don't know anything about AI art and how it works, basically you can give it a text prompt, and every comma is a different sort of prompt. So male singer is one prompt, painting is one prompt, Van Gogh style is one prompt. And then it takes all of those ideas and combines them together and tries to make something out of it. And the way that it works, and a lot of people sort of confuse this, is they say like, say it pulls from images here and there from databases. What it actually does is it diffuses the images. So it'll do a passive noise across the image, which is just like random pixels, and it'll be like, these pixels are the ones that work for a Van Gogh style painting, and then it'll do another pass, another pass, another pass, and every time it's selecting pixels that I think works for a Van Gogh style painting. And so then the way that it works with Runway is, instead of just doing a single image like that, it's doing every frame like that, which is why it can take some time, and it doesn't have great temporal consistency across it. There is an option for that in the settings, but I mean, this technology is really new still, so it's quite impressive what it can do. So below the style reference, we have these advanced settings, which the structural consistency, which is kind of like how close it stays and relates to the original image. So the further you push it out, like when you push it out to 7, it will veer a lot further from what's in the original video, and back down at 0, it'll like look a lot more like the original video. I found that for this stuff where I want it to look more like the original video, a setting of 2, which is like the default, works pretty well. And it keeps the look of the original one, but it adds enough sort of flavor and style that it gives it something different than just looking too much like the original. Weight is more like, this is kind of the balance between your style reference and your original image. So like, how much do you want it to look like the painting style, and how much do you want it to look like the original image? So it's a bit different than the structural thing. It's more about the style of the video. And again, I found that sort of somewhere in the middle often works for this one. Although looking at my notes here, it says I have 15 set as the preset for that one. So that's quite a lot. We'll see how this goes. I don't remember it being that high. We'll see how this looks. Next below that is seed. So how I was talking about before, how it starts with a layer of noise. The seed is like the random layer of noise it starts with. So, and then frame consistency is, I believe this is the one that's more like the temporal consistency across time. So it's like, so your character in the frame doesn't start as one character and by the end look like something else. It'll try to keep it consistent across the entire video. And again, I found sort of somewhere in the middle on this one works, because you want to have like a bit of that variation so that it's not sticking too much to the original image and kind of not looking stylized. So for this one, I have it as 1.3 apparently. And then I choose the upscale option here. I think it just sort of may slightly increase the generation time, but it enhances the resolution. So I think it comes out as like, if you don't do it, it's like 480. If you do it, it's like 720 or something. It makes it a bit more high resolution. Obviously, I have a paid version, so I'm removing the watermark. I haven't tried these other settings for the effect foreground and background only. I guess it would do is it would recognize me in the shot and then only do me or only do the background. But since I'm going for the entire thing, we're just going to leave those all off. Now, next what you do is you hit Preview Styles, and it's going to take a few seconds here, and it's going to generate some different options for the look of the video. So, as you can see here, we've got 4 options, and they're actually all pretty different. And if you like one of these, you can just go with it right away and hit Generate Video, and it'll generate a video on that. But sometimes it's nice to kind of take a look at this. You got more options here. You can always go back and change your settings. I'm going to keep the settings like this for now because I'm trying to make this match with the stuff that's already in the video for the promotional material. So I'm going to try to find ones that look kind of like what I have in the video. So let's go ahead and just hop back into Final Cut for a second and take a look at the final video. So let's see, what do we got here in the final video? This guy I always thought looked like Ryan Gosling. So definitely more of the blue jacket with kind of the bluer background is what I was going for. Sort of I think I was going for like the blue jacket with the blue background with a bit of yellow behind the character. So we're gonna try to find one that sort of matches this look. So let's hop back over into Runway. We don't really have one here yet, so let's generate a few more. And this is kind of the part of this whole thing that can be very tedious, especially if you're trying for consistency across the clips. Like how I mentioned before that I had to like edit the entire video first and then go in and copy, or then go in and export all each little cut separately. So this is what can be tough, especially like with one like this with the drummer stuff. I was always going for one that had a red background with the blue shirt and the sunglasses. So it doesn't always come out looking exactly the same every time. You kind of have to go through some preview style or some different style. Oops. You kind of have to go through some different style generations to find ones that will kind of look consistent across your entire video. You know what, and again, this is for promotional material, so it doesn't actually really need to be exact. I'm really liking the look of this top right one here in the first row. Sometimes you generate a whole bunch of previews and you realize you're like, oh yeah, that first one was the one that was the best. So we're gonna go with this and generate this video. So let's just see how this turns out. You see how, like I said, like when you don't enunciate the words or make your mouth really big, it kind of doesn't really translate into the video. So you can see in that first part there, it's kind of doing whatever. And actually looking at this one now, honestly, I'm not super satisfied with it. The background doesn't really match what I had for the other stuff in the video, so I think I might try a different one on this one. So this is what we can do. I can generate more from this original prompt, or I can actually do previous styles in the other prompt, and I think it has changed the seed. I can't remember now. Oh, look at this one here. This one on the left here actually looks kind of like the stuff we had in the music video. So let's try generating this one. And it's probably gonna take a few minutes again. What I had done when I was doing this for the music video is I would generate one, and then while one was generating, I would bring another one in on another tab for Runway and start working on another one and kind of finding the style in that one. So as to sort of bounce back and forth between the two of them and save some time. Because it does take a few minutes to generate, especially for this one where I am doing a significant amount of time. Because the ones in the video, they were like 5 to 6 seconds at most. This one's 11 seconds because I want to use it as a longer piece of promotional material. So it does take a bit longer to generate the video. So we're going to just sit back for a few minutes and let this generate. Okay, so that second one is finished generating. Let's take a look at this one, see how it looks. Cool. I'm satisfied with how that one looks. So it's kind of janky, but you know what? This is so early in this technology, and whatever. Who cares? It's fine. So I'll download this one. I like to keep my stuff very organized, so we're going to do some really deep folders here. All right, so we're going to call this Van Gogh Promo 1. Save it there. One of the ones that I did using the image prompt was the electric guitar player, which again, obviously is all just me. So let's find a moment from that. Let's find one of the wider ones because I'm going to use these for reels. So I think having the wider one where you see more of me in the shot will work better for a vertical video. So let's find a moment where I'm playing something here. I think we're going to try to find... There we go. That's the moment I want. So there's a lot of movement in that shot. There's not much movement in the background. One of my regrets was not doing something with more interesting moving background, but when you're filming inside in your basement, it's hard to have an interesting moving background. So let's bring this down into a timeline here, see what we're at. This is only 10 seconds. Great, perfect. All right, so let's get this one out of here. Metaverse Promo 2, again, MP4. And we're gonna go out to Runway. Oh yeah, and I'll put raw at the end there so I remember what this is. And then let's hop back over into Runway. Again, same thing, we're gonna go into our assets folder here. We're going to go into the promo material and choose upload. And I don't think it's done exporting yet, so it might just be a second. Did it finish? Oh, it did finish. Okay. Metaverse Raw Promo 2, and let's get this uploading. Now, for this one, the way I did this is we started actually in... I'm going to hop over to Discord here for a second. So for those of you who don't know the program or don't know of Midjourney, Midjourney is an AI art generation program. It runs through Discord, and you can basically create whatever you want. I thought about using just like an image off the internet as an anime one. I tried some of that with like some Ghost in the Shell images and stuff, but it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. So I thought, you know what I should do is I should go into Midjourney and create my own image of an anime guitar player, because it's sort of the image you start with kind of needs to really reflect what's going on in the video. I found when I wasn't using an image of someone playing guitar, it really it pushed too far away from that and like didn't really work too well. But when I used an image of someone playing guitar for the style of the guitar playing video, it totally understood it and it made sense. So what I did is, you can see here I tried a few different prompts for anime guitar player, wide shot. Using wide shots, we made sure we got like a wider shot because the video is a wide shot as well. And then in Midjourney, there's the Niji option. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it basically makes an anime. And then what happens when you create an image in Midjourney, you get 4 different options. I liked the top left one here, so I went with that. You can do variations on it. And so I created 4 variations on that one. And then again, the top left one here was it was really what I was looking for. I liked the style of it, like looked of it, so I made a high-res version of that. Downloaded that one, and then we brought that over into Runway. And so we'll go over into Runway here. Sorry, that was like a really crash course on Midjourney. But the point of this is more about the Runway stuff. So we're going to take our guitar playing video we uploaded now, bring it into here as our input video. And this time, instead of the text prompt, we're going to use the image prompt over here. So this gives you the option to upload an image, bring in your own image into Runway to use that as the style prompt. And I think I have this one saved under here somewhere throughout all the stuff I used. Just take a second to find it. Anime guitar. So we select that one. So it's now going to use this image as like the style prompt. So instead of using your text prompt, it's going to use the image and like take this image and apply it to the video. And then same things will drop down to the advanced settings here. And then for this one, I think for this one, for the structural consistency, I chose one so it stayed a bit more consistent with the guitar playing, especially for there's some close-up shots of the guitar, so that it would make sure that the fingers stayed a little more accurate to what is playing. I mean, it's still a little janky because it's, you know, a new technology and not perfect. And then for style weight, again, 7.5. I think it's kind of right in the middle because I think it goes to a 15 max. Yeah. So we did 7.5, which is sort of put it right in the middle of the original image and the anime image. And then frame consistency was also, again, 1.3 like we did last time, sort of right in the middle, so it kind of has some room for changing things up in imagination, I guess, or however you want to phrase that. And again, upscaling it. So let's generate some previews. And yeah, I'm going to look for ones that kind of look similar to what I had in the video. So this one here is similar-ish. This one's kind of got added like another person in the background there. Let's generate a few more and see what we can get. So the one that I had in the video, the character that it transformed into kind of had like a white jacket. So I'm looking for one that sort of has like a white jacket and then more angular stuff in the background and not as much as sort of like the floaty, bulby sort of bokeh stuff. Bokeh. Okay, so we generated a few more and none of them have really turned out to be what I was hoping for. There's a couple actually up here in the first couple rows. I'm kind of like this first one here, but also the second one's not too bad. Let's go with this first one. Let's see what happens with this first one. So we're going to generate video here. Again, it's a bit of a longer video, so this might take a few seconds to generate it. All right, so that one's done generating. Let's take a look at this. It's already looking kind of weird. You look at the eyes, it's like, ooh, bug eyes. The eyes are kind of tripping me out. I can't tell if I like it, though. It might be just weird enough that like maybe I should keep it. Yeah, I think I kind of like the weird jankiness of the eyes. I think we're just going to keep that one. All right, so that's how you do it with an image prompt. And the last one we're going to do is a preset one. So let's get our original footage. Let's hop back over into Final Cut. And we're going to create another new project here. Okay, and then for this one, I used the acoustic guitar part. So let's just find a part where I'm playing the acoustic guitar here. Maybe this. A couple different ones. I'm going to go with one of the wider ones again because we're using this for the promotional stuff. I want the wider shots to sort of show off the characters and the whole look and vibe and whatnot. All right, so this one's 9 seconds. So again, we're going to take this and take it out of Final Cut, promo raw. We'll hide this and then we'll hop back over to Runway here. Once again, we got to go into our assets and our promotional materials, and we're going to upload that track or upload that video file that we just created. Number 3 here in the raw. let's hop back into Gen 1, which is our video to video, drag in the acoustic guitar footage, and we'll go presets. We're going to go claymation, and then yeah, we put in our settings. So we got structural is 2, stylized 15, so yeah, guess it was quite stylized on that one. And then frame consistency was 2. I guess you just wanted more frame consistency for the guitar playing. So let's generate some previews. So as you can see with this one, it's having some trouble sort of comprehending the idea of playing guitar. I remember this one being a bit of trouble to get it consistent across all of them. It likes to add people into things. I guess a lot of these sort of AI programs, especially for image reference ones, are geared towards creating images of people. And so when it sees, I guess, part of the guitar, it must think that it's a person's head. So it looks like I'm holding a child. So we're going to keep generating some previews here until we find one that kind of looks like a guitar, maybe somewhat, hopefully. We're going to actually try something here. I'm going to try dialing back the style weight a bit and just see what that gives us. Because maybe pushing it too far in the style weight is why we're losing the guitar there. Okay, you know what? We have one here. There's this one here. It's weird looking, but it kind of looks like a guitar. It's at least kind of the right color-ish. So maybe I'll try generating that one. I might just look. This is the part of this that takes forever, because especially when you're trying to have a consistent look or recreate some sort of real world object that it's not. Oh, hey, there we go. Recreate some sort of real world object that's not. It doesn't really recognize or whatever. So I'm actually gonna try this one here. That looks kind of like a guitar. Let's see how this goes. Great. You know what? Like for how long that one took to get one that was okay, I don't mind that the headstock kind of looks like two hands clamped together like this. It's gonna take, I think, forever to find another one where the guitar looks normal. I think it bases it a lot on the first frame, and so I guess just the first frame of this video maybe didn't recognize the guitar as a guitar, because I feel like when I did this for the video itself, I was a little more consistent with getting an acoustic guitar. But whatever, this one's great. We're gonna take it. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you found this interesting and informative, and also a bit of a, not a fully deep dive, but a small dive into the world of AI video. And it's going to be interesting to see what comes even in the next like 5 to 6 months. I'm sure I'll look back on what I've done for this metaverse video and be like, wow, I can do so much more now. That was so basic compared to what's even possible now, because it's evolving so fast. But yeah, if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. I'm totally interested in actually going back and like doing another dive into this whole AI thing when it's like more advanced in the next year or so. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.